Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Big Bad Bench. My name is John, aka Big Bad Biologist, and today we got a lot of work to do today. I have a big bad bench full of laptops. So let's get right to it and talk about things as we go along. In the chat already, we have Everything is Broken Garage. How's it going, Ryan? Jeremy's Vintage Hillbilly Shack. Hey, Jeremy and Vic the Vicar. How's it going, Victor? Good to see you again. So let's get started here. This is the one I'm most excited to get rolling with. And also please let me know if there's any issues with audio or anything, because all my whole configuration is totally different compared to normal. So yeah, let's take a look at this one first. This is an IBM ThinkPad 755 CDV. Let's zoom in a little bit on this guy. So we can see we're not dealing with a perfectly conditioned ThinkPad. This thing has seen some things. This poor ThinkPad. It's been through some stuff. Moses sandals. So, Vic, you have a 755 CS. Awesome. We're going to be working on one of those today, too. So, check this out. This is the coolest thing about this laptop. So, we can pull out these little side things and flip this around. And this thing came off. Well, what the heck does that do? Well, if you're very old like me, and you needed to project something onto a screen, you could stick this laptop on top of one of those overhead projectors and project your stuff onto the overhead. This was the ultimate in technology in 1995 when this thing came out. The other super cool thing about this laptop, check this out. This right here, that's video capture. This laptop has the ability to do video capture. I think this is a 486. I don't mean to have lied if it's not a 486. These came in both 486 and early Pentium, so like Pentium 75 models. I have not checked the serial number yet, but we'll pop this apart today and see what it looks like. So when you open up one of these ThinkPads, and this is consistent for like the ThinkPad 750 series, the 760 series, maybe some other ones. The 755 series was basically the very first laptops that had internal CD-ROM drives. So this was kind of cool in and of itself. The neat thing about these, it's kind of good and kind of not good, is that the hard drives came in these caddies. They made it real nice if you wanted to swap between operating systems, stuff like that. But these are starting to become rare, and so if you lose your caddy, you're sort of SOL. Hey, Tech Knight, how's it going, bud? Toshiba T1000. Aw. So when I got this thing, it had been covered in mold, and so I washed it. I cleaned it up very lightly just so that I wouldn't feel like I was getting quadriceps while I was touching it. But the other thing about it is that it had massive battery leakage, and so I need to totally disassemble this thing, demold it, and get rid of the corrosion from out of this thing. All right, so let's take a look in here. I'll show you. You can see the battery corrosion around the connector there, so that's kind of annoying. But that's not too bad. All right, so let's start disassembling this thing. Yeah, don't lose the hard drive caddies in these things. They are essentially unobtainium. All right, we're going to just stick all these screws right here for the time being. This thing had, it has a 16 meg expansion module in it. That's cool. I don't see that the corrosion has extended down to over there, so that's a good thing. All right, so IBM hated seeing screws on anything. I'm gonna stick this thing back on here to protect the screen. So basically, all of their screws are covered by little rubber jobbies. So I'll pop them off. Well, so Jeremy, depending on the model of ThinkPad, you might not have to deal with the caddy issue. I'm hoping that the corrosion doesn't extend too far down into this thing. This poor laptop. It wants to live. Yeah, the 560 series I think might have just a regular hard drive, so you might not have to worry about the caddies. Alright, let's get rid of these screws. So, yeah, so over the last couple weeks I had to take a trip to Florida to go do some family stuff. And also I totally tore apart my workshop. And so I got a brand new, whole new workbench, and this workbench is ESD safe. So my old workbench was something I threw together at the beginning of COVID. This room used to be my wood storage room, and so I when COVID hit, I needed a place to do some work. So I basically just used some scrap wood and built the big bad bench from that. And it, it was fine. But also I had never really anticipated on using it as, I never planned on doing YouTube like I am. And so it was not ideal for YouTube. How do I get this thing off? It's been forever since I took these apart. Okay, this comes up like that. Come on, thing. Oh, I think I might have to take the back screen thing off. Okay, fine. Take the back screen thing off. So yeah, so I found locally a guy had a couple of ESD safe workbenches, and it was a pretty good deal. So I was like, all right, well, let's try that. Let's see, am I missing a screw? I don't think so. I think basically these just pop off out of here. The other nice thing about this laptop is it has the little cover on the back, which these are always missing on ThinkPads, and the little slide cover for the docking port is actually kind of almost in one piece, which is kind of rare. Let's see. Alright, let's see if I destroy some plastic live on stream. I hope not. Yep, so there's little tabs here that seem to be holding this part in. Let's see what we get for pry bars and whatnot here. Come on, you thing. This thing does not want to come out. It's always a balance between trying to not break plastic, but at the same time separate out all the things you need to separate out. When we get over to the Compaqs, I think those Compaqs are made out of cheese gears, so I have a feeling they're going to get broken. Sorry if I hit the microphone. Again, the workshop is all manner of crazy right now. Oh, there goes that side a little bit. Come on, thing. So back in the early 90s, or I guess, no, more the mid to late 90s, I did some IT work for a company, a big company, and our whole job, the reason they hired me was that we were doing a migration from Windows 3.1 to Windows NT 4. And so we were part of the people transitioning over to that, and so we had to check all the different pieces of software that people used. Oh, it was an ordeal. Okay, got that piece off. Alright, so now we have some... Where did I put my forceps? Okay, there's some forceps. And there's a broken piece of plastic already. I'm gonna say I didn't do that. Alright, so we gotta get rid of these, pull these little tabby jobs here. So yeah, I was introduced to corporate IT basically with IBM ThinkPad 760s. So these things have kind of a special place in my heart. Ooh. This is kind of gross. Alright. But yes, I'm much more comfortable with the 760s than I am with these 755s. So it looks like... How the heck do we get that little speaker off of there? Let's see. You can see we got some junk hiding in there. This thing is really gross. Ugh, changing iBook hard drives, well, depending on the model, that is a job that'll kill your soul. So we're gonna come in under here, pull that. That worked. Okay. So there goes our keyboard. Keyboard's actually in reasonably good condition. It's just a little grimy. Alrighty, now what do we gotta do? So I think now we gotta get the display off. And so before we start yanking on the display, I want to take all these little connectors off. Loosen up all of them in case the display happens to fall away. You want to make sure these are loose so that you're not putting any undue stress on the cables. Okay. This little comes out of there. Hey Bacchus, how's it going? So far you haven't missed much. I struggled with this little part of plastic, but I got it off without snapping any of the little retention clips or anything. But basically we are taking apart one of the sexiest laptops that has graced this world, the ThinkPad 755 CDV. So to take the screen off, theoretically we would just take these 4 screws out and then 4 screws on the back of the case. Oh, actually no, it's just those 4. Okay. Ooh, see? That's why you disconnect your cables before you unscrew your screws. Alright, what do we got here? We have one more screw connected. This cable's loose, this cable's loose. Alright, gotta take this little guy out of here. Alright, there's our screen. That can act as a transparency if you want to project onto a board. Love this thing. Yeah, you never know if you're pulling hard enough or not too hard enough. Alright, so now we should... there might be a couple little plasticky jobs there. Let's take off this screw. Okay. So that gets rid of our signal LEDs. Set that aside. So I think now we can work on getting out the motherboard. The nice things about these systems is that the whole core motherboard should basically pop out as a unit. The screw's kind of hard to take out, and it doesn't feel like the type of... Oh no, I don't see any corrosion on the screw. Alright, that's good. I'm noticing some corrosion here that there's more corrosion than I had anticipated. If we check onto the CD-ROM connector there, I don't know how well that's coming across, but there's all corrosion up in there. So that's going to be a treat. Internal modem, which is kind of cool. Alright. Some of this is loose. Yeah, the ThinkPad motherboard is multiple layers in here. Let's see. Yeah, it's like just ever so slightly too much force. You're destroying a thing. Not enough force. You're not getting your thing out of there. Okay, there goes that little cover thing. There goes that little cover thing. What else we got here? Oh, there's a loose screw. I don't think that was from me. Loose screw? It is a ThinkPad screw. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, we gotta get these screws out. Hey, Mac84, how's it going, Steve? We are not doing Mac stuff today. Although, I fully believe that these Compaqs that I'm about to take apart are made out of cheese gear. Okay. One sad bit. So oh, something fell out. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is substantial metal that helps hold that screen in place. So these little flappy madoos so that you can change your palm rest angle. I'm missing one of those on this one. Alright. So some of these you had to be careful because the things came through the plastic. Oh, there's one screw back there that I missed. Alright, I think that's it. Oof. There we go. So what else we got here? There's some corrosion inside. It's not too bad. I don't think this... Oh yeah, you can kind of see. That's... seems to be a mix of mold and corrosion. Yeah, there's some mold over there. So yeah, this thing is going to get a thorough cleaning. A little bug nest right there. So there's a lot going on inside this guy. So this all needs to be very thoroughly cleaned. So that's going to set aside. Now we got to take this apart. So this little, oh, that one actually does not have a retention clip. We just take it out. Oh, yeah, this IR cable is probably toast. See, the corrosion got all up inside that little cable. So that's going to be a mess. But we probably don't need IR in the front anyway. Look at that. Look at the bottom of the chassis, the housing for all the motherboard stuff. Oof. Big honkin' oof. Look at that. Those screws. Nice tasty screws. So, if you haven't taken your batteries out of your ThinkPads, take your batteries out of your ThinkPads. Alright, let's try to take the rest of this housing bit. Oh, my brand new big bad bench is getting very dirty. Very tasty. Very tasty. Why do all the tech YouTubers always, or all the retro YouTubers always talk about getting rid of your batteries? Well, this is the reason. Alright, what do we got? Oh, this thing is crammed on in there. Uh-oh. That battery, or this screw might not make it out alive. Wow. That is corroded in there. Oh, we got it. We got it. Yeah. Look at that one. The corrosion went down into the bottom of the screw. What a mess. So I got this. This laptop was a payment. I built somebody a new 13th gen Core i7 system. I mean, they bought all the parts. I just built it for them. So this laptop was a payment for doing that job. Alright, what is holding in this thing? There it goes. Okay, so it was just held in with a little bit of adhesive on the back, and then it kind of slid in underneath. Okay. this off. All right, first layer off. So we got the aluminum housing. There's some corrosion in there. Not too bad. We'll clean that up, no problem. All right, our first board. Also, for anyone interested in screwdriver sizes, this is a PH1 from the iFixit kit, and it's basically perfect for most of these screws. Alright, I'll take this other. That off. Go over there. What else do we got here? Oh, we got some aluminum polymer caps. I guess I should probably redo those while I'm taking this thing apart. Yeah, normally there's like a big connector that's that fits in, brings all these boards together. So I just kind of wiggle it slowly. There we go. Just be careful because there's all these other little wires that run up through here. Yes, there's like a microphone wire, maybe the backlight wire. Okay. So this board, there's some flux, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's like this little interposer jobby or connector dealy. That one's fine. No corrosion on that thing, so this board is good. Another little or big connector that's holding everything together here. All these little clips, figuring out where they go. I'm gonna have to watch my own video to remember where all these are. Let's take this off. Okay. Some residual flux on there, but nothing corroded on this board. So we're good here. Set that one aside. Set our power switch. These power switches are very fragile. They tend to break. So this one's still in good shape, so that's fortunate. This thing, there's like this little eject mechanism for the modems, but I think there's still something holding it in place. Yeah. Come on, eject mechanism. There it goes. So there's our little modem unit. Super high tech. Actually, I mean, this is mostly just the connector, I think. This is actually the modem. I think the sound card and modem are built into the same board on these things. Okay, so we gotta take this screw off. Ugh. Oh, gotta take that screw out. Alright, and I'm seeing some corrosion on this board. And I'm feeling some corrosion in this screw. Wow. I think I'm about to break this screw. Come on, you screw. Unscrew for me. You can do it. Be good. Be good. Oh, wow. Okay, so that thing is totally busted. I think what we're doing here. Yep. So I'm spinning the little nutsert thing. Let me go grab a little vice grip. Yeah, nice, Jeremy. The M wave was, yeah, what IBM called these things. So I don't want to squeeze this too much because it's going to prevent me from turning the screw even further. Wow. All right, so I'm going to have to get a little bit of WD-40. Hold on a second. All right, so I think what I'm going to do, hit that with some WD-40 and let it soak. Might be Dremel time. Might be Dremel time. Let's take a look a little closer here. You can see we've got some corrosion up there onto the DSP card. So this thing should come off, I think. Yeah, I'll wait until I can get that off. All right, let's set this one aside. Let that WD-40 soak in. Yeah. The WD-40. It's on. Oh man. So this thing's gross. All right. So, let's go to the ThinkPad 755. Oh man, my brand new Big Bad Bench is all full of crud already. That's why we can't have nice things. We just make messes around here. All right, so let's take a look at this one. This one is a ThinkPad 750 CS. Oh, this is 750 CS. I was thinking it was 755. Okay, so I think the 750 CS is definitely a 486. Oh, this one still has the hard drive in it. So we'll take that out of there. This one I know had some corrosion. I don't know how much. So if we look at the battery connector, you can see this battery connector is very different. Not much on there, but there is. Oh, there's dead bugs in here. Oh, that's great. There was corrosion over here around like the CMOS battery thing, or the standby battery. So same kind of deal. We have little covers covering up our plastic. Stick them over on the base of my microscope. What a mess. What a mess. So yeah, this one wasn't as moldy as the other one, but it was still pretty gross. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I mean, I gotta clean up the corrosion regardless, so gonna totally disassemble this one as well. And I think we have the same kind of deal. So one of the good things about taking these all apart is, you know, definitely retightening all the screws, especially around the screen hinges. When you start to feel that flex in your screen hinge and your hinges, that's typically a good sign that you're about to break off some of the standoff things in there, of where your screws tie in. Alright, let's take that. So there's a little clip in the middle, you pop that straight down, and then you can pull these out. Alright, so we should have kind of a similar clippy situation that holds in this top part. Oh, it looks like that one's already busted off. There's always a balancing act too with these. Like, you got your keyboard flopping out, trying to undo your little plasticky bits. So you can kind of. The nice thing about this is that there's a little space that tells you where the retention clips are, so that you can get under there and kind of pull on it without having to mangle up the whole back, like we're probably going to have to do with the Compaqs. Come on, thing. Oh yeah, you can see some of the residual mold that I hadn't cleared up. Yeah, 40-year-old plastic is very stressful. It's not quite 40. This is, what, 25 years old? It should be like 1995. But yes, definitely stressful. And of course, you know, when you're doing it in front of people for all immortality on the web, so that people just can point and laugh at you as soon as you screw it up. I think we're kind of loose there. Let's flip this around this way. Thank you, Tech Knight, for the math. Alright, Spudger. Come do your work. So that's up. I feel like I'm still being retained over here somewhere. Shouldn't be. There's no screws. Yeah, this is its own thing. Come on. Oof. How to remove mold from internal cables. Yeah, that's not an easy one. Where's that the guy? I don't recognize that guy. Alright, so there's a little clip that was on here that you gotta pop off. That helps hold on that plastic thing. Okay, these on this model are their own thing. Some nice mold down in there. I was hoping I wouldn't have to deal with mold today. Too bad, but here we are. Nope. I was thinking maybe there was something in the PCMCIA slot that's holding me up. I think there's nothing. There we go. There we go. Alright, this one also has weird ribbon cables that hold the keyboard on, so be very careful here. Okay, so these just kind of rock in there. Let's pop out these little clips. keyboards off of there. Are the keyboards the same? Yeah, they look pretty much identical. Oh no, look at that. The buttons are more the modern 760 style. Okay, so it's not identical, but darn, it's really close. It looks like the little clips in this, the security bracket, are similar. Ozone cleaning to get rid of stuff. Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't have one of those. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to cables, what I tend to do is soak them in vinegar. I know vinegar isn't gonna like totally bleach your cables and make them look brand new, but you know, it's not gonna hurt the majority of the connections if you're not leaving them in there too long. The thing I always worry about strong cleaners is getting that residual, the residual cleaner out of the connector holes. Well, I don't think we need to take this one out right now, but it doesn't hurt to take out extra screws at this point. Okay. Okay, that little guy comes off. We should be able to take this one out now. Don't know what's holding us up here. Got it off from the back. Let's take our screen hinges off. This one, you can tell this hinge needs to be all disassembled within the monitor to retighten everything down. Because that's going to do some serious damage very shortly if we keep working that hinge too much. I haven't tried using the ultrasonic cleaner on cables. It'd be interesting. So whenever I do ultrasonic cleaning, my ultrasonic cleaning liquid is basically deionized water. Oh, so that was just held in there. Need to get pushed back. Deionized water and some dish soap, and then after I give everything a little bath in deionized water, and then from there I rinse everything in isopropanol, so to get rid of the residual liquid. So it takes a lot but it's the way I've found that, you get rid of almost everything that you need to get rid of, and you don't leave any residual stuff to cause corrosion. Thank you for the weather update from 1996, Jeremy. Alrighty, so what else we got? I think we gotta take this one out. Oh yeah, we gotta take these back ones off. Okay, so we don't have to take out these screws yet. Alright, so based off of the residue that I'm seeing around here, there's definitely something spilled into this laptop at some point in its life. There's another rando screw. Yeah, I would say 95, 96 was a good year for me too, Tech Night. It's kind of all been downhill since then. No, that's not true. Oh yeah, there's a lot of gross stuff in those screw holes. Oh my. Why do I do this to myself? Alright, so this one also has the power switch is in good condition on this one, so that's good. Oh, let's take these off. I don't think these contribute to holding in. Oh, yep, they do. That's a real long screw. That one helps hold that in. This one was very loose, so it wasn't doing a whole lot. Do we have one on the bottom again? Yes, one on the bottom. Well, hopefully by the time the 2090s come around, this ThinkPad will still be cranking. Yeah, right. Alright, so one of the issues with doing this is I always worry about taking these things out without screwing up power switch, because sometimes as you're taking them out you can snap off the power switch, but I don't think that's going to be an issue for this one, so I think we're clear. There's some juice in this one. Anybody want some juice? Okay, let's take this apart. Again, we have this like housing thing that goes around all the logic-y bits. Nope. Okay. So that comes off. That, I think, yeah, I think that used to be adhered to this piece. Yep. I'll have to put those back together. This used to be right there, or right there. We'll put that back together. Okay, what else do we got here? Yeah, that's an interesting question, Vic. Who knows? Okay, so this is kind of fiddly. So we have our speaker. And if you're not careful, you could rip that connector right off of there, or rip the wires off your speaker. So we're going to disconnect that using our tweezers. Okay. That board's off. Again, we have this system where we have all these big connectors that hold these boards together. Look at all the dead bugs falling out of this one. I have a spare CompuAdd 386. Oh, if you did a video on a CompuAdd, I definitely would want to check that out. Tech Night. Okay, this looks like our power distribution board. Oh yeah, there's our DC in jack. This one, it's like our status and LCD interposer board. It's a little bit of corrosion on this one, so this one's going to need some attention. Not much, though. Some fuzzies around the power switch. If you're into funky DC jacks, make sure you hang out for these Compaqs. What a freaking weird DC jack these things have. Okay, so I really want to see what's happening underneath the main motherboard here. Oh, that's my largest one of these. Let's see if I remember where all my tools are. Okay. Got a little adjustable. Everything in my workshop is totally rearranged. And of course, it's going to make it more efficient eventually. I know it doesn't look like behind me that things are rearranged, but they are. I don't remember CompuAdd. I guess when I was, around that age, there was no way I was going to afford a laptop. I think the purchase prices on these were started at like $3,000, and I think the CDV was actually closer to $6,000. So there was no way that I was going to be affording any of these laptops when I was that old. So today I'm just disassembling, and I want to get all the boards independent so that I can clean them all, get rid of the corrosion. I'm going to need to take them. I don't have my ultrasonic cleaner here. I keep it at my lab. And so I want to take everything in and ultrasonically clean every square inch of these things to try to get rid of the mold. So I'll come back next week and do some reassembly. Although I do plan on, hopefully with these Compaqs, I hope to build them today. I think that one's going to be, I think the Compaqs are going to be a super easy job. So we should be able to fix the Compaqs today. Yeah, today is just a sort of a find and seek, triage. What's wrong with these things? Let's see. How do we get this off of here? So there's screws on the bottom that hold the PCM CIA slots on. There we go. That's off. What do we got in here? I can't tell if that's all corrosion or mold, but it needs to get cleaned up. Yeah, I forgot to bring some bags over before I started. Alright, so you can see this one. Well, I don't know if you can see this one. There we go. 486 SL33. It's not super high end. And if we look, so let's look in the microscope. I think my microscope is working. Let's look in the microscope. So there you go. Oh, yeah. So there's some corrosion around there. It's really not all that bad. So that's good. I think this one should be in good shape. I think we'll be able to rescue this one not without too much issue. There are some nasty little vias, so we'll have to just be careful around there. But I don't see any other issues on this board. Oh yeah, we should look at over on the power distribution board. Make sure there's nothing that crawled up the battery connectors. It seemed mostly that it was like the standby battery that caused the issue in this one. Let's see. Oh yeah, it crawled up. Well, it's hard to tell if that's residual flux. It mostly looks like residual flux. Yeah, there's a little bit of stuff there, but yeah, that that's clean relative to everything else we've looked at today. Alrighty, so I'm gonna create this pile and move that. This can stay here. Plastics I'll need. Yeah, I meant to bring some bags over before I started this project today, but we'll have just piles. Piles work, right? It's an organizational scheme. Alrighty. Set that over there. Let's see if we can get this thing apart. See if our WD-40 did the trick on that one. Oh, we're moving. Not much. We moved a skosh. Come on. You hear that? It's fighting me. But it's coming. Oof. Big oof. Ugh. Need some mechanical assistance here. This keeps going the way it is. I might need two. Yeah. Crap. Hold on. I'll be back. Sorry. Normally I don't like leaving that much during the day. So, this is where things can go bad. Just want to make sure that you're kind of careful when you're doing this kind of thing, because you don't want to score. Don't want to score the logic board. It's just a ground plane around there, but just want to be careful. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, this one's this one is not great. There we go. Creak. off. Oh, and I already see bad stuff. Oh, I wish I had left it on there. Okay, let's check this board. Oh, yeah, let's use the microscope. Come on, John, use your brain. Alright. Nothing real bad there. Just a little bit. A little bit of corrosion there. But yeah, that's not bad at all. Ugh, this is where we're gonna start crying. So, all along there, that giant connector, all behind that connector. Yeah, so this thing's gonna need some vinegar soaking. Let's try to get the board out. Oh, yeah, let's take a look at this. Get some nice zoom in action on the crusty burgers. Even behind it. So, at least the connectors are still there. Oh, not great. Alright, let's switch back to this. Alright, let's see here. So let's take this thing apart. Oof, oof, oof. Big oof. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of worried about, how far up the vias it goes. Take all these out. This is kind of one of the reasons I get mad when people charge, or, like post things on eBay for really high prices. Because it's like, you don't, it's like, oh, untested, but I'm going to still charge you $600 or post it for $600. Meanwhile, the person gets it, they pop it open, and it's full of corrosion. And then everybody thinks that the computer's worth $600 when it's not. I don't know what I would do with those CompuAds. ads. I'm 386s kind of are not my favorite iteration of PC. I like to have 486s. There's a wider array of things that you can typically do, but if you want a nice little Windows 3.1 machine to play some Chips Challenge, it'd be a fun time. Alright, what else is attaching us here? I think we might just be held together with corrosion. Oh, listen to this noise. Ugh. Oh, there was an additional connection down there. What was that connection going to? Oh, that's the processor. Oh, it's kind of like the 760s. So on the 760s, the processor was a separate board. So this might be a Pentium 75. How the heck did we get in there? Look at how corroded that is. Okay, so underneath this foil, it's going to be some screws that I'm sure are going to be corroded to heck. Well, not totally corroded to heck. So this is one of the cool things about, you know, the ThinkPads and of this era. Get this heat pipe cooling action going. Of course, then they coated it with velvet so that you don't get much thermal. Although that's, I guess, trying to protect the hard drive from it. So you get spreading out of your heat. Let's try to take this thing off. Oof! If you can't see all the corrosion in there, that's a nightmare. And I'm sure... Oh no, look at that. That came right out. I was expecting that to be corroded right together. So yes, you should theoretically wear gloves for this stuff. I mean, most of the alkaline is gonna be powder at this point anyway. Okay, so there goes this little thing, and there should be our processor. Yeah, it does kind of look like a standard MMC one. I didn't think MMC CPUs went back this far. Some nice corrosion inside here. There's some corrosion holding that thing in. Come on, you think. There we go. Let's see what our processor is. Oh. Nice. Oh, let's flip it around. Pentium DX4 or 486 DX4 100. Cool. I didn't know they made these in that. Yeah, Vic. Well, the type of science that I did or do, well, I guess the science I used to do that I don't do anymore, basically required you to not wear gloves because it was more likely that you'd destroy what you're working on. And so I've gotten used to not wearing gloves for a lot of things. It's not a good habit. You really should be wearing gloves for a lot of stuff. Alright, do we have all of these screws off now? Okay, take that one out. And then let's see how bad this board is. We'll take a look at our processor board too. Oh look, there's a RAM expansion board on here. Sweet. If anyone happens to know the capacity of this. Alright, let's get real sad. Let's stick this thing into the microscope and get sad. Yeah. All the crusties in there. Yeah, unfortunately the two logic board styles are too different. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's not great. Got some green traveling over here. Let's check this side. Oh yeah, and again that big connector is a mess. Oh, and this right here. All let's see, do we have a pointy? See these leads right here, I'm not real enthusiastic about. There's vias there that don't look happy. Yeah, this isn't going to be fun. Oof. Big honkin' oof. Yeah, this is corrosion around there. Alright, well, at least over there looks fine. Oh, come on, Jeremy. You gotta have better faith in me than that. We'll see. We'll see how things go. Alright, we're gonna stick this aside and work on some some Compaqs. Oh, yeah, there's nothing really on the... Oh, here, let's take a look at the processor board. There's a little bit of corrosion there. That's not too bad. All right. So we know we have a mess going on here. Sorry, I just hit the microphone. Gross, gross, gross. Ugh. I'm reduced to making sad noises at this point. My brain can't process. Ugh. Oof. Alright, let's clear this stuff off and work on a Compaq. Alright, so what we have here, Compaq LTE Lite 25. These things are actually kind of cute. I believe this is going to be a monochrome screen. 38625. The problem with these is this and this. And if we look at the other one that I have, this and this. So basically these plastics are brittle as heck. So I picked these up locally. I think I gave the person $20 for the two laptops, and they gave me a ton of AC adapters. But look at these AC adapters. Look at all these AC adapters I have. You notice anything weird about all these AC adapters? They're all car AC adapters. So that's silly. So let's pop this in. So I did try to power these on at one point, and basically nothing happens. But take a look at this power connector. This is the most absurd power connector I've ever seen. Like, who the heck does a 3-pin power connector? How's it going, E-Vibes? Welcome. Sorry you're not seeing me at my best today. I'm very sad from my from my ThinkPad excursion. Alright, so if we look at this thing, oh yeah, and even the connector's kind of mangled. So I put a link in the description of today's stream. Somebody named, I'm gonna screw up his name. It's I8386SX YouTube channel. Did a really nice teardown video of one of these. And supposedly, the main issue with these is that the oh, that's part of the key too. So yeah, there's like a little divot there. The main issue with these things is that the CMOS battery goes, and that prevents it from powering on. So if we have here, I'm gonna flick this on. And we got nothing happening. So what are our 3 pins here? So we should have 18.5 volts somewhere. So let's see what we have here. Let's just double check to make sure that this one I grabbed is working. Not that I know what the actual pinout is on these things, but that one ain't doing nothing. That one ain't doing nothing. Go to this one. What the heck? We got nothing happening. Yeah, maybe this shields the ground. Oops. Well, is my connector just not going? Maybe one of these is bad. Let's try another one. Let's see if my car adapter is working. There's my car adapter. There. Yeah, we got voltage coming out of there, so that's good. Let's try another one. Got like 20 of these things. Let's try them. There we go. This one's working. Okay, so that one and that one seem to be the main power connectors. Bottom two. Oh, the top of this thing unscrews with a fuse. Okay. Alright, we still got nothing. Alrighty, so let's set this aside for the time being. So, what do we gotta do here? So there's this little thing on the side for the modem, and I think this just plops down. And again, this is a situation where I'm like not wanting to push real hard because so on the other one there's no cover over this slot. Looks like it probably just comes straight up. There we go. Yep. Straight up. Now we need a Torx. Looks like maybe a T8. Yep. And this should slide out. Oh. So the memory expansion on these are in these little cards that look like PCMCIA cards. Got a 2 meg memory expansion in this one. That's nice. And gotta get rid of the battery. There's a little button there, and then theoretically this should slide out. Hey, look at that. Shiny gold, no corrosion. Nice. I was starting to feel that everything in the world is corroded. Alright, so now, theoretically, lift all these little tabbies up. Oh man, I am so gonna snap this whole thing right the heck in half. Kind of looks like someone might have already been in this one. Okay, that's off on that corner. So basically we got to get these corners. Oh, don't you snap back in. Gotta get these corners off and then sort of follow everything around. There we go. I'm just using my fingernail here. Very high tech. I'm going to use a razor blade because it'll sort of spread out the torque a little bit further than a regular spudger will. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Oh, come on, you thing. There's that one. Okay. 2 out of 3. I'm like sweating here. I don't know if you can tell. There. 3 out of 3. Holy crap. I got those 3 off without cracking that plastic. Alright. So now we just need to work around the chassis. Come on, cheese plastic. Hold together for me. Let's try the other side. I feel like I'm putting too much force on that side. Hey, Eric. How's it going, bud? Oh, come on, cheese plastic. Deep breaths, everyone. Let's try pulling this way a little bit. Alright, I'm going with a real spudger here. Okay, one. There, another one. Okay, this corner is falling apart. Literally falling apart. Anyone else sweating? What the heck, man? Come on. You can do it. There we go. Okay. That one's off. That one's off. Yeah, I'm actually surprised this plastic hasn't totally disintegrated already. But we'll touch this up. Put that back together. Use some acetone. I'm gonna go stick this over by itself so I don't crush it. Alrighty. So now we gotta take off the keyboard. So what are you gonna program, Vic, with your Pascal? Working on a project for Marcintosh? Sorry if I keep banging my head into the microphone. Oh, gosh. Alright, so those front four. Oh, come on, Tech Knight. I like Marcintosh. Marcintosh makes a lot of sense. Okie dokie. So that should be our keyboard. Can lift this connector, retention clip thing. Keyboard comes off. That keyboard's in really beautiful shape. Look at that. The hard drive. Theoretically, we just need to lift up this little connector. And while we have our stuff here, let's get the floppy drive. And I think these are not held in with screws. Yep, just flip it up. Floppy drive is cleaner than any Mac floppy drive I've ever taken apart. This should also pop right up. There we go. Just be careful. There's these little, I don't even know what to call them. They're like standoffs, kinda. Little weird clips that they stick in here. Connor drive, most likely the head is going to be stuck to the magnet. Alright, so now we got to take off the screen. Yeah, spacers, that's a good word. Alright, take this off. Okay, and now I'm going to set this on its side and just take out the 4 screws holding the screen in. Is there a normal month for Ataris that people use? I don't remember hearing a real Atari month name. Okay, our screen's off. And now I think our board should come out. Should it? Is there a screw in the bottom? No. Oh, that little spring just fell off. Oh yeah. So this little part, all this plastic's falling apart in here. So we'll take this out. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. That little screw grommet thing, I forget what they're called, just all came out. I'll have to resolve that at some point. There we go. And our motherboard pops out. And this supposedly is the source of all our issues. So let's check our voltage on that one. Yeah, she's dead, Jim. So I have one of these that I think is from like 1999. Oh no, that's new. Look at that. It says it's good until 2019. This thing's like basically brand new compared to other stuff around my workshop. Let's see what we got here. Ah, 3.3. We are dead on. All right. So we don't need that. We don't need that. Set that aside. Just pop that back in. So I think I'm going to try to do some more extensive repair on these eventually. Because look at what's happening there. We're getting cracking. And I really don't want to put undue stress on this thing. Oh, we don't need to use this. All right, let's set that aside. And I think what we can do is just screw our board onto here. So we're not going to totally reassemble this today. I just want to see if it works. Got to do some plastic repair on that. It's going to be annoying. How do you fix the plastics, Jeremy? What I do is use acetone. It works surprisingly well. This one and this one. And this doesn't have to be super awesome. I just want to have it. Oh, no wonder it's not working. Jeez. Why didn't someone tell me I was putting the logic board on upside down? It's like, why didn't this fit in perfectly? Well, it's because you're an idiot. Baking soda and super glue. Yeah, that's a good technique too for repairing plastic. So you can kind of build up places that have been lost. Working with some of those Mac cases, I've found that you can kind of do some reinforcements and stuff. You can use the acetone to really fuse some new pieces of plastic onto places where the plastic might have gotten destroyed or weakened. So like I have an SE30 that I haven't done anything with yet, but the case was starting to crack, so I used the acetone to sort of heal the case, and then I added some reinforcements in behind it, and it's doing a really good job. Also, there were some like clips inside of an LC that I had kind of screwed up, and it put the acetone in there, and it fixed that right up too. So I'm interested to see how this plastic does. But yeah, the baking soda and super glue, if you need to create new material, is a really good concept. I'm sorry, I don't know who came up with that idea originally, but it was a really good idea. Yeah, so the issue I've had with like epoxy is that sometimes it just doesn't adhere to the plastic. Like, it's nice and strong, but sometimes it just like totally breaks away from the plastic. I'm a big fan of JB Weld. I've fixed engine blocks with JB Weld, and it's super strong, but sometimes it just like totally breaks away from the plastic. And you can like sand it and stuff like that to help reinforce it, but I don't know, it just never seems to be as good. All right, let's put this grounding strap back on there. What else are we missing? What do we have? What's the power switch situation like? How does our power switch work? Okay. It doesn't do nothing. Oh, it's part of the keyboard. This is probably harder than actually just doing it the right way and reassembling it inside the laptop, but I wanted to try a thing. I'm trying it. Probably wouldn't do it again. Oh, yeah. Alright, so it seems like sorry, you gotta look at my bald head for a second. Switch that on. Oh, this was a bad plan. A bad decision. Come on. Okay, so we're plugged in there. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna have to put this together inside the case. Doing it bad. That's what I wanted to try to just connect the basics and do it, but whatever. Let's pop this back out. Pop that back out. Make sure to take that off. Okay, take that off. Oh, we don't need that anymore. Let's get rid of that. Okie dokie. Let's put this back in. Slide that in there. Come on, Compaq. I need a win today. Oh, how long have we been going here? An hour 45? I think I've had a couple that run about 2 hours. But as you can probably tell, I'm like losing my stamina here. Lose my attention span. Oh, man. I just want to win, darn it. I need a win. Okay, got that back on there. That's in there. Got the short screw. up. These kind of ribbon cables, very finicky. This one doesn't have like a little reinforcement band on it. And this clip just wants to keep sliding back down. Everything wants to fight me. How does that power switch actually work? Yeah. It looks like it's just the membrane, so this little thing comes over, and as you push it, it goes down and hits the membrane. We got nothing. We got nothing. Nope, that's the standby switch. I'm kind of thinking that this keyboard just might not be in the right, like it's not plugged in all the way or something. Gosh golly. We got nothing. We are dead, Jim. Lord, we still have power coming out of this jobby. So, I forget what the orientation was now. -7 volts? That doesn't seem right. 7 volts? Nothing? Oh, jeez. Let's try one more of these. Let's see what we're looking at here. Alright, so we got 19 volts coming out of that one. Oh. We had a light and it kicked off. Oof. Let's unplug it. Give it a second. Let's see if we recreate that. I might have to just cut off one of these and make a dedicated power supply for it. Nope. No light there. Oh, well, crap. Well, I think I'm at my limit for today. Yeah. Maybe that's why there were 10 of them. That's funny. Oh, gosh. Well, I think I'm done. I don't think I can do this other laptop. I'm fried. I think the laptops beat me today. I'm sorry, everybody. Yeah, I'll play with this more. Well, so I'll be on Dave's stream tomorrow probably. So I'll be futzing around with some of these things. Yeah, I'm gonna call this for today. I want to thank you all for being here. So Jeremy's Vintage Hillbilly Shack, Vic the Vicar, E Vibes, Eric, Eric's Edge. Who else was here? Steve Mac 84 was here. Tech Knight was here. That's most of us. Who else was here? Oh yeah, Everything is Broken Garage was here. So yeah, thanks everybody for coming by. Sorry, this was an epic fail stream. Unlike most of my fail streams that are only kinda epically fail. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming by, and I will see you all soon. And definitely check out Dave's Vintage Apple Tech tomorrow for his stream, and I'll be hanging out there.